The administration of U.S. President Donald Trump is poised to launch a new import duty increase on Chinese goods, totaling $200 billion. U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer on July 10 has published a list of additional Chinese goods that may be subject to a 10% import tariff after a public comment period. These items include seafood, vegetables, yarn, wool, raincoats and baseball gloves. Mr. Trump is preparing a new blow to China. The move comes after Washington imposed a 25% tax on imports from China worth a combined $34 billion on July 6. Beijing immediately retaliated by raising import tariffs on U.S.-made products, including strong products such as automobiles, soybeans and meat, totaling $34 billion. The new crisis has clearly brought a threat to Mr. Trump last month. White House leaders have instructed Lighthizer to identify Chinese items worth $200 billion that would be subject to higher import duties if Beijing retaliated against Washington. China clearly has no intention of changing the unfair practices of acquiring U.S. intellectual property and technology. Instead of changing these practices, they are now threatening companies, American workers and farmers who did not do anything wrong, Trump stressed. The announced decision is expected to be the third round of U.S. import tariff increases for goods originating in China. They are likely to come into effect after August 30. Despite the tit-for-tat moves, Lighthizer said the United States is willing to engage in negotiations with China to resolve trade disputes. However, senior officials in the administration of President Trump revealed both sides have not yet reached. The Beijing side is not ready to discuss the Made in China 2025 plan, which focuses on efforts to bring China to dominate future industries such as robotics, electric vehicles and microprocessors, calculated. Meanwhile, this policy is a top concern of the Washington authorities. Analytical analysts say China is unlikely to give up or reduce the size of the plan. For them, it played a key role in the development of the country's huge economy. New developments escalate trade war between the two leading economies. The war is not only detrimental for both the United States and China, but also negatively affects other economies in the world.